Hello everyone, it's Maria Russell here with you today, and I am back for Not Too Shabby. I'm going to share with you this winter theme card showcasing the two new mini stamp sets, the new release of Not Too Shabby. These are called Winter Sentiments and Winter Friends. I will also leave some information in the description box below on how you can get these stamp sets for free. So the Winter Friends is so cute. It has this cute fox and the warm winter wishes sentiment with a cute bunny, the hearts, some whimsical snow, and the coffee mug there with the hot cocoa. And then for the winter sentiments, you get a couple of sentiments as well, and then the two trees that you can stamp for your background, as well as some snowflakes, hearts, and some dots that you can use to stamp as snow. I started by stamping my images on some Nina Solar White cardstock, and I'm using my Memento Tuxedo Black ink today to stamp the images. I used that picket fence stamp scrubber that is also available at Jamie's shop to prep your stamps, and as you can see, it's so easy to stamp it once you've prepped your stamps using the stamp scrubber. I'm going to use my Copic markers today, and I will only share with you how I colored the fox, and this is pretty much self-explanatory, so I'm just gonna put some music on and I'll be right back when it is done. To create my winter sky, I have a panel of Bristol Smooth white cardstock, and I will be inking it up with some Distress Oxide inks. And this lamp post is actually a die cut from a die from my collection, and I'm just using that to kind of determine where the yellow would go so that it looks like it's glowing from the lamp post. And then I'm going to use the seedless preserves to add the purple, and then some Victorian velvet, and then eventually I will add a little bit of blue to make it darker. So over here I tried to use my powder tool to prep my background, and so that when I stamp the trees, the embossing powder wouldn't go all over the place, but I should have used my heating tool to dry the background first before I stamped it and sprinkled it with some embossing powder. But as you can see, I didn't really mind too much, because when I stamped it and then I put the embossing powder on it, the embossing powder went all over the place. So I just used my brush, my watercolor brush, to try and get rid of the excess powder that was on the background. And looking back now, I should have just used my heating tool to dry the background first before I stamp it with Versamark ink. And to create the snowbanks, I use a die from LDRS Creative, and then I added some foam adhesive for added dimension. And now I have my colored panel back on my Misty stamping tool, and I just used it to line up the die cut there perfectly. And then I'm just adding the snowbank, and then I'm going to adhere the fox and the little bunny, also using some either liquid glue or some foam adhesive. And now I'm just using a very light blue Copic markers to just add a little bit of color to the snow for added texture and interest. And then I've added that lamppost first, and then we'll adhere the critters with either foam adhesive and liquid glue. To add the sentiment, I am using my VersaFine Onyx Black ink, and I prepped it again with the stamp scrubber. And then I'm also going to stamp some little hearts using some Lawn Fawn Lobster ink. And to finish my card design, I'm going to add some stickles to the critters' little winter caps, and then add this on an A2 size card base. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you like the card, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. I will be linking everything in the description box below, including some information on how you can actually get these stamp sets for free according to your purchase amount. Thank you again for stopping by, and happy crafting!